Good evening and welcome to News Hour at 9. I'm Madhav Gopalakrishnan. Exactly at this time, 24 hours ago on the News Hour, it was us who told you that the centre will come up with a Diwali gift by reducing excise duty on fuel prices. And today, just 24 hours before Diwali, Times Now stands vindicated as the centre presents the Aam Aadmi with a Diwali bonanza. Applicable from tomorrow, excise duty on petrol has been reduced by 5 rupees and excise duty on diesel has been cut by rupees 10. For example, in Delhi, where today you paid 109.69 rupees per litre of petrol, from tomorrow you will pay 104.69. For diesel, you will pay rupees 88.42 from tomorrow. That's just the national capital that we're talking about. And the centre has clarified that this move will be a boost to farmers during the upcoming Rabi season. It has further also urged states to reduce VAT on petrol and diesel and give relief to consumers. So let's quickly go across to our reporters from across the country. They're at petrol pumps fanned out across the length and breadth of the country. Amir and Gurpreet are the first to be live with us. Amir, if you have any customers there with you, take us through what the Aam Aadmi is feeling about this decision. Are they welcoming it? Are they hoping for more? What's the response on ground?
Well, absolutely, Madhav, and it's a double bonanza for people out here in Uttar Pradesh, and especially in Ayodhya, because I happen to be in Ayodhya immediately after covering the Deepotsav celebrations there. This cut in excise by the central government will definitely benefit the common man, because petrol right now in UP costs at around rupees 107, diesel at rupees 99, and after the cuts mandated by the government, the diesel will come down to rupees 89 per litre, and petrol will sell at 102 rupees per litre. Now we have with us one of the consumers here. आप बताएं, आपका क्या नाम है?
संजय नाम है मेरा।
अच्छा, ये बताएं आप क्या काम करते हैं और कितनी उम्मीद है आपको कि प्राइसेस कम होंगी, महंगाई कम होगी, पेट्रोल और डीजल में जो रिडक्शन हो रहा है प्राइसेस में?
मेरा काम टैक्सियों का है सर। इतना महंगा तेल होने की वजह से रोज़ रेट बढ़ रहा था, जिसकी वजह से हमारा काम भी ठप हो गया था। मगर ये है कि सरकार का अच्छा फैसला है कि इतना 10 रुपये एकदम से रेट कम कर दिया, तो आने वाले समय में हमारा काम भी अच्छा चलेगा, महंगाई भी थोड़ी कम होगी। जो गैस और सब्जियाँ इतनी महंगी होती जा रही हैं, थोड़ा और बहुत राहत मिलेगी मुझे।
Right. So that's the general sentiment, Madhav, across different sections of people here. Be it those people from the middle class, lower middle class, or even the upper middle class. This recent regular escalation in prices of petrol and diesel were really troublesome.
Well, absolutely, certainly, of course, it has affected the common man at some level or the other, and the government too has taken cognizance of that. Nilesh also with us from the national capital. But I first want to go across to Gurpreet. Gurpreet, what's the sentiment there in Chandigarh? Over to you.
Well, we will directly talk to the consumer who are present here. They are belonging to the middle class, so we will talk to them directly to understand. सरकार ने 5 रुपये पेट्रोल पे और 10 रुपये डीजल पे रेट कम कर दिया। अब आपको लगता है कि जो रूटीन की चीज़ें हैं, सब्जी फल, उनके भी रेट कम होंगे और आने वाले दिन में महंगाई कम होगी?
जी, उनके भी रेट कम होने चाहिए। जैसे कि अपना सब्जी दाल वगैरह हम खरीदते हैं, आम बंदा हम कहाँ से मतलब कैसे करे? 10,000 12,000 सैलरी वाला बंदा वो कुछ नहीं कर सकता।
तो आपको लगता है कि जो सरकार ने ये इनिशिएटिव लिया, कहीं ना कहीं स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को भी और रिड्यूस करके लोगों को रिलीफ करना चाहिए?
जी, करना चाहिए ज़रूर।
तो आप हम देख रहे हैं कि आप कह रहे थे कि बजट बढ़ गया, मेरा बजट डबल हो गया, तो कहीं ना कहीं आपको लगता है कि आज गवर्नमेंट ने दिवाली से पहले जो इतना बड़ा गिफ्ट दिया है लोगों को, तो ये इसका वेलकम करना चाहिए? और क्या आपको लगता है कि आने वाले दिनों में महंगाई कम होगी?
ये तो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट पे डिपेंड करता है कि आने वाले दिनों में वो क्या करते हैं, क्योंकि एक मिडिल क्लास जो बंदा है उसकी सैलरी इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं होती। जितने खर्चे हैं, ये तेल वगैरह सब्जियां होगी या सरसों का तेल है, इनका तेल हाईएस्ट हो रहा है, तो इनका प्राइस थोड़ा सा कम होना चाहिए, तभी जाके जो मिडिल क्लास बंदे हैं उनका थोड़ा सा वो होगा।
पर सरकार ने इनिशिएटिव ले लिया, सरकार ने कह दिया कि पेट्रोल पे 5 रुपये और डीजल पे 10 रुपये, और कहीं ना कहीं आपको लगता है कि सरकार भी इस बात को लेके महंगाई को कम करने में लगी हुई है?
पेट्रोल और डीजल के दाम कम करने से नहीं होगा, बाकी जो और भी चीजें हैं जो
Go across to other reporters also on ground. We have with us Shabir joining us live. Also with us is Nilesh. Nilesh, what's the sentiment in the national capital? Over to you.
Absolutely, Madhav. I have with us a commuter here who's just filled some fuel. कल से 5 रुपये पेट्रोल का एक्साइज ड्यूटी कम हो जाएगा और 10 रुपये डीजल पे कम हो रहा है। क्या लग रहा है अब इससे कोई राहत आएगी? दिवाली जल्दी आई थोड़े कम्यूटर्स के लिए।
नहीं, इससे कोई राहत नहीं आई। क्या राहत आएगी? एक 60 रुपये लीटर का पेट्रोल 120 110 रुपये लीटर हो गया, उसमें 5 रुपये का अगर कंसेशन गवर्नमेंट दे रही है, एक्साइज घटा रही है, तो कौन सा एहसान कर रही है?
अच्छा, तो फिर आपको नहीं लगता कि अब ये जो है जो एक्साइज ड्यूटी में कमी आई है, इससे आगे और कमी की उम्मीद हो सकती है? दूसरे जगहों पे खर्चों की पॉसिबिलिटी हो सकती है?
सरकार से कोई उम्मीद नहीं है किसी भी किस्म की। ये तो बस अपना पेट भर रहे हैं, कह रहे हैं फ्री वैक्सीन के लिए पेट्रोल पर हाइक किया है, तो वैक्सीन फ्री कहाँ रही? पहली बात। दूसरी बात ये है कि डे बाय डे इंक्रीज़ करे जा रहे हैं, धीरे धीरे। अरे जो बढ़ाना है एक साथ बढ़ा दो यार, 20 रुपये 50 रुपये मार दो ना एक साथ, जो कर रहे हैं आप लोग। पहले बजट में पहले वीकली मेरा 300-400 रुपये का पेट्रोल लगता था, अब वीकली 800 रुपये का पेट्रोल लगता है।
पर भाई अब बजट में कहीं लग रहा है ना कि थोड़ा और अब वो हो सकता है
बजट
उम्मीद।
में सैलरी बढ़ नहीं रही हैं। मौलिक से बोलते हैं कि सैलरी बढ़ा दीजिए, इंक्रीज़ कर दीजिए पेट्रोल का रेट, वो मना करते हैं। कहाँ?
Madhav, you can see clearly people are still disgruntled a little bit with this situation. We'll speak to another commuter here. कैसा लग रहा है आपको कि थोड़ा पैसा कम
Okay,
हुआ है?
Nilesh, we'll come back to you. Let's quickly take this question
राहत
across to another reporter joining us live. With us is Shabir reporting from Chennai. Shabir, over to you.
Well, Madhav, people are a bit relieved that petrol prices have come down, diesel prices have come down. In Chennai, it's 106 rupees. So it means the petrol prices will now be at 101 rupees. Already the state government has reduced 3 rupees on petrol, the state VAT. Joining me is one of the commuters here, ma'am. Thank you so much for talking to us. Is this a huge relief for you, ma'am?
Yes, actually, we are happy about the reduced petrol amount. If you reduce more in future, it will be helpful for working people.
So already the Tamil Nadu government has reduced 3 rupees, ma'am. Now another 5 rupees. But are you still expecting that they should reduce some more, in terms of both petrol and diesel?
Yes, actually, this is fine, but we are expecting more to reduce.
And what about your monthly budget, ma'am? Is this going to really help? Because earlier, what was the budget, and now how much are you spending for petrol, ma'am?
Actually, currently we are doing work from home. This is fine. From January onwards, they are planning to open the office. So if it's reduced in the future, it will be helpful for the working people.
And ma'am, what do you have to say about it, ma'am? Like, what do you think?
ஓகே, ஆக்சுவலி இது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நல்ல ஒரு அமௌண்ட் கம்மியானதை பற்றி நல்ல ஒரு சந்தோஷமான விஷயம். பட் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஒரு 95
Okay.
அப்படிங்கிறது பெட்டராக இருக்கும்.
Okay.
பிகாஸ் இப்போ ரெகுலராக போகிறவங்களுக்கு வந்து இப்போ மோஸ்ட்டாக வெஹிக்கிள்ஸ்.
All right, we have different reactions coming in from the various parts of the country. Imran is with us live from Bengaluru. Over to you, Imran. What are the citizens of Bengaluru saying? Are they hoping for further cuts from the state government?
Well, absolutely, Madhav. In fact, they're happy that the rates have come down, but they say that even more should come down because it's not, they have to go back to earlier below 100. Joining with me is the commuter passenger here. So, what do you have to say about the prices of petrol have come down by 5 rupees? The government reduced diesel by 10 rupees. What is your first reaction?
Yeah, first reaction, I was so happy to say that because when we compare to Tamil Nadu, it's really very good for the middle class people. The government did a good one for all the suddenly reduced, and
5 rupees is enough. There should be more. It is 114 in Bangalore, Madhav, right now.
Yeah, it should be a little more less will be good for the middle class people.
So there you heard Madhav. They're saying that it's 114. They welcome the move of the government, and the state government also should chip in and reduce the price even below much further. They're looking at somewhere below 100 is what they're expecting, Madhav. Back to you.
Imran, this is very, very significant that, there are, of course, further expectations. People are hoping that the state governments as well as central governments will ensure that the number or the price that they are paying further comes down. But any which way you look at it, it is a big step. It is certainly going to have some kind of an impact as far as our economy is concerned. There are mixed reactions coming in. People are happy in certain places. Some want more action to be taken. But many believe over and all above everything else that this will lead to a reduction in prices. I want to also quickly go across to Patna where Aditya is live with us. Aditya, what's the response on ground in Patna?
Well, I am joined by an auto rickshaw wala here in Patna and I will try to get his response. Aisa? Okay. We'll try to get his response on the price reduction. ये बताइए कि क्या असर पड़ेगा आपके बजट पे?
बहुत बुरा स्थिति है भैया।
नहीं, अभी 5 रुपए और 10 रुपए का अंतर हो रहा है। 5 रुपए से पेट्रोल घटेगा और 10 रुपए से डीजल घटेगा।
या घटने का तो बात होता है, आज घट रहा है, कल फिर बढ़ जाएगा। 5 घटेगा और 50 बढ़ेगा।
अच्छा, एक बात बताइए कि अगर ये दाम घट रहा है तो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को भी इस पे दाम घटाने में मदद करनी चाहिए।
हाँ, करनी चाहिए।
और क्या इसका असर पड़ने वाला है आपके बजट पे? और
देखिए, अब घटेगा, अभी तो आप हो रहा है कि 5 रुपया घटेगा कल, है ना, लेकिन घटने के बाद ऐसा कुछ ही नहीं है कि आज घट गया कल तो फिर हमको 2 रोज के बाद 4 रुपया बढ़ जाएगा, फिर 10 रुपया बढ़ जाएगा। तो यही दिक्कत है हम लोगों का। तो
All right, so that is different responses coming in. Aditya as well as Imran, like to thank you as well as Gurpreet, Amir and Nilashish as well as Shabbir, Imran for joining us with all those inputs. Clearly different responses coming in, different reactions coming in. Many of course fear whether this recent rally in prices will once again be repeated. Of course it all entirely depends on the international crude prices. But this brings me to my legitimate question that we are asking here tonight. Will now states also walk the talk?
News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
All right, let's take this across now to our guest. Joining us live with us is Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. Also with us is Narendra Taneja, who is an oil and energy expert, joining us live. Ghanshyam Tiwari, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, is with us. Dr. Santosh Mehrotra, senior economist, also joining us live. Let me take this across first and foremost to Ghanshyam Tiwari. Ghanshyam, let me begin by asking you that this is a demand that was constantly being made by opposition parties. It is, of course, in many ways a legitimate demand because we are seeing the sentiment on ground. The question now is, will state governments also, which have been raising, particularly the parties that have been raising this issue, also respond, and should they also reduce prices as far as VAT that is charged by states is concerned?
Good evening, Madhav, to you, your viewers, and my fellow co-panelists, and a very happy Choti Diwali to every one of your viewers and every one of us here, as well as the post to every one of your viewers. As far as the state government is concerned, let me start by quoting the PIB that has been put out. They say that they are making this move to help farmers, help the middle classes, the poor, help the enterprising ability of India's aspirational population. I have yet to see a section that they are not mentioning it will not help. If BJP government really had its mind in the right place and heart in the right place, they would have done this far earlier. If they themselves believe that this would help so many people. If you look at any statistics around petrol, diesel prices, the excise has gone up 10 times in the time that BJP has been in power. In fact, if you put out any graph that demonstrates the way BJP has robbed the common man, that shows that how BJP has fundamentally said one thing from electoral podium and done completely the other thing. So I echo what one of your interviewers said, that they do not trust this government. This government can change the policy anytime. The policy is determined by their political interests, not determined by the interests of the poor, the middle classes, the farmers, and anyone they mention about.
All right. A direct question to the BJP. Sanju Verma, I'm going to let you respond to that. This policy is determined not by interest of the poor or their expenses, but on your own political interest. That's a charge of Ghanshyam Tiwari. Please respond to that.
Madhav, first and foremost, a very happy Choti Diwali to you, your viewers, and the other panelists. I think it's an extremely, a timely decision by Prime Minister Narendra Modi within hours of being back from that grueling COP26 summit. He's done the needful, which completely showcases that he's clued to what is happening on the ground. He listens to the voice of the people. He's not sitting in an ivory tower. I will now just say one thing. I will give you a simple calculation in 10 seconds. And I challenge anyone to challenge my calculation. Assuming the price of petrol is 100 rupees per litre, 32.97 rupees is the basic price of refining crude. 41.67 rupees is what states charge by way of VAT and taxes. 21.58 rupees is what center charges by way of excise. And 3.78 rupees are the dealer commission or distributor profit. Which means out of every 100 rupees, the central government, after sharing the money that it collects by way of excise as per the 15th pay commission recommendations, only makes 21 rupees and 48 paise where states make 41 rupees 67 paise, Madhav. And let me tell you, I'm not saying that there are some BJP rule states where the fuel taxes are high. I will not beat around the bush. But what about Rajasthan? Do you know what the state VAT and taxes together amount to? 42% are the state taxes in Rajasthan on petrol and diesel. And in Maharashtra, from where I come, the taxes on petrol and diesel by the state government is 49%.
Right.
So let the opposition first walk the talk, because the Modi government is walking the talk. हमको जो करना है हम करते हैं. And let me tell you one more thing. There was a time during 2013 when Congress used to make just 3 kilometers per day in terms of highway construction. Today, the average construction per day.
I'm going to come to that point. I'm going to come to that point. Sanju Verma, that point of highway construction, vaccination is an important point. I'm going to come to you. Please hold on to that thought. But I want to first go across to Dr. Santosh Mehrotra on that point. Dr. Santosh Mehrotra, does the BJP have an important point when they say that, yes, as far as tax collection is concerned, it is a much smaller amount that is comparatively collected by the centre when you look at what the percentage is that state governments themselves are collecting. Now, if you look at it in sheer percentage terms, it is significantly higher. And if you look at the rates that were just mentioned, in fact, I was going to mention similar rates, above 40% that are being charged by various state governments. There are several state governments that are charging significantly lower rates of VAT, closer to 10, 15, 20%. Perhaps the states that are the highest rates should also consider rationalizing them.
Yes, they could consider rationalizing it. And I'm really glad that this government has suddenly seen sense in bringing down its own excise duty. The fact of the matter is that central excises are several percentage points higher on average compared to the states. So, just look at your own screen. Just look at your own screen. And Delhi is one of those where the difference between the two taxes is not that great. In most other states, the central excise is much greater. So the states are doing their bit. In any case, the states are the ones which have borne most of the brunt of the COVID expenditures. Let's just remind ourselves that this government has suddenly woken up to the reality of the bipole losses in 14
it's okay.
states.
Sanju Verma, let him make his point. I'll come to you. Sanju Verma, let him make his point. Let him make his point. I will come to you, madam. There are others who are also yet to speak. One second. Sanju Verma, 1 second. Let him make his point.
I did not interrupt you when you were speaking.
Yes.
I'm not going to appear any longer.
Sanju Verma, you can rebut him. If you believe he is telling a half-truth or a lie, you can rebut him with your own facts. Let him make his point first, though.
You were the one who was lying.
One second.
I'm leaving your debate.
Yes, Dr. Mehrotra, go ahead.
So bottom line is, let's just look at what is the rate of tax that is levied across the world and what we levy. In Germany, it is 65%. I'm talking about fuel tax. In Italy, it's 65. In UK, it's 62. In US, it's 60%. In our country, it is 260%. This is the reason it's fuel which is driving food inflation. Madhav, do you know what has happened to food inflation in the last year? I'm talking about RBI data. Between July 20 and July 21, food inflation has risen by 31%. Look at what has happened to the price of the dals, of cooking oil, and of sabzi. So let us get our facts right. And this is happening at a time when in the
you made two important points.
I did not interrupt you.
I want to make a quick point.
One second.
Absolutely not.
It's very important for me.
One second. Sanju Verma, please allow me.
I did not interrupt you when you were speaking.
Okay. Dr. Mehrotra, please calm down. I'm going to come to both of you. I'm going to come to both of you. Yes, both of you, please calm down. Both of you, please calm down. I'm not going to come to either of you. I'm going to go across to Narendra Taneja now. Narendra Taneja, two important points that have been made by over here by Dr. Mehrotra. He makes two important points. One is that not just are our rate of taxes as far as fuel are concerned one of the highest in the world, but he also comes out to say that ultimately when it comes to various states, for instance Delhi, she was citing, which is on our screens right now, it is not correct to say that every state is charging a higher rate of tax taxation than the centre when it comes to excise. That perhaps it would be incorrect to say, and also saying that this rise in fuel prices of the past 1 year has had a direct impact, inflationary impact on essential items such as food products.
Well, Madhav, ours is an oil economy, no doubt about it. In fact, to be more precise, diesel economy. Diesel is the big boy. Petrol is just 10% of the total thing. Diesel is 45%. In terms of taxes in other countries, you can't compare only with the OECD country. You have to compare with other developing countries. We are a net importer of oil. 86% of our requirement is imported. So that part is not included. But when it comes to taxes, Dr. Malhotra is actually looking at the whole thing very selectively. He's forgetting one thing: how states impose tax, how the tax is collected. Number one, what they do is first they take excise, then excise and cost of basic price, excise, and then on the top of it they go for ad valorem, which means every time prices are going up, state earning, central earning is the same in terms of excise, but state earnings are going up. In states like Rajasthan, they even impose tax, cess on that. Not one, but two different kind of cess. Point is that we have to look at holistically. I agree with Madhav, the point that rationalization of taxes should be there. Central government, to be fair to the central government, they have already amended the constitution. There is a provision to bring it under the GST, but not a single political party. Rahul Gandhi ji called it Gabbar Singh tax. Other states, we don't want to bring it under the GST. So we have to look at, as an economist, I'll urge Dr. Malhotra, look at as an economist. And as I said, why do the states charge on ad valorem? When you charge ad valorem, is that fair? Is that good economics? Please comment on such things.
I want a quick response from Ghanshyam Tiwari on that point. Ghanshyam Tiwari, at the end of the day, you have to look at things in a holistic perspective. And at the end of the day, it is a fact that ad valorem is the rate that is charged by state governments, which has a huge impact in terms of the actual inflation when it comes to the prices of fuel as far as different parts of the country is concerned. All right, there are some reactions coming in. I just want to very quickly read out the reactions coming in from the government. Former Petroleum Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has tweeted, and I'm just going to read quickly what he has written. He said, welcome the Centre's decision to reduce excise duty on petrol and diesel by 5 and 10 rupees respectively from tomorrow. This is a responsible decision from the Modi government to bring relief to consumers. Also responding at the moment is KC Venugopal, who is the General Secretary Organization of the Congress. He says that with the relentless protests of INC India after putting people through unimaginable misery, Modi government finally reduced the exorbitant excise duty on fuel, but little mercies cannot hide their failure to protect our people. What reason do they have for doing too little too late? So Ghanshyam Tiwari, of course, the political battle is certainly going to go on. But at the end of the day, if political parties are serious about providing relief to the people, then every political party, every government will have to walk the talk. Not just at the center of the states as well.
Let's take that on face value. In June 2014, the central tax on petrol was 10 rupees 39 paise. State tax was 11 rupees 90 paise. Diesel 4 rupees 50 paise. And state tax was 6 rupees 61 paise. In February 2021, the central tax on petrol was 32.98, 217.5% up. The state tax was 67% up. The central tax on diesel was 607.33% up. The state tax was 69% up. So clearly, Mr. Modi believes in hard work versus Harvard kind of economy, which is very crude. He sees this as a way of rent seeking from the common man and ensuring that this rent seeking is then justified by random reasons. The petroleum minister of the state said that this rent seeking was justified because of vaccines. Okay. Sanju Verma will say it's justified because of highways.
Okay, I'm going to take both to Sanju Verma on that point.
Poor economics is at play.
Yes, that's an important point you've made. Sanju Verma, now 1 second, listen to my question. You made this point of vaccines, you made this point of infrastructure building, and for the past 6 months to a year, whenever there have been hike in fuel prices, the government has said that it is justified because of the huge spending that is being done for various developmental works, developmental projects. Now, if that logic was right, then what explains this cut? Then clearly that logic at some level or the other was flawed.
Madhav, I got very little time and there have been so many lies being spewed by one of the panelists, Mr. Malhotra. I just want to tell you one thing. The average retail inflation, which is the biggest yardstick to measure the purchasing power of people, average retail inflation in the last 7 years under the Modi government, 4.8%. Average retail inflation under UPA 2, 7.8%. UPA left us with oil bonds of almost 2 lakh crore, which is a bad legacy to inherit. One more thing. People, Madhav, who talk about high petrol prices, high diesel prices, let me tell you that today, a home loan rate is linked to just 7%, which is the basic lending rate of SBI. Do you know what was the basic home loan rate in 2013? Between 14 to 16%. Today, 1 GB data, you know how much it costs in India? 7 rupees. In 2013, 1 GB data came for 700 rupees. And in the USA, 1 GB data, even today, costs $750. Let me tell you one more thing. The basic exemption limit for income tax has been raised from 2 lakh per annum to 2.5 lakh per annum. Standard deduction, 50,000 rupees per annum. Do you know something, Madhav? If you take all the exemptions by the government, ATC, ATEEA, ATD, till 8 lakh rupees per annum worth of salary, you end up paying zero tax under the Modi government. Zero tax. There is an effective tax rate under the Congress. If you were earning
Sanju Verma, you know, we are discussing fuel and the inflationary impact it has on direct items such as food. I think that is the talking point that is being raised at this point of time. And I think it's in that context that the government must clarify its position. I mean, I can understand your point on bank rates as well as GV, but we're talking about more fundamental basic issues that affect the Aam Aadmi.
Okay, Madhav, that's a very important question. Madhav, you know something which nobody seems to be acknowledging, though I'm sure Ghanshyam Tiwari, he's a well-educated person, he knows this. Food inflation globally is the highest it has ever been since 1970. Wheat, cereal, maize, corn prices are up 57% on an average. And this is not Sanju Verma saying, this is the latest article by Bloomberg, which is incidentally not pro-BJP.
Okay.
And why? Because the food granaries of the world, Brazil, Argentina, Ukraine, have been hit by drought and inclement weather. So food inflation globally is 40% in September. The food inflation in India was 0.68%. 0.68%. Vegetable inflation, a negative 11.68%. You can check the data.
Okay. Dr. Mehrotra, your response to Sanju Verma. She alleges that you have been a little economical, or she says very economical, very stingy with the truth. Please respond to her charges. You've heard her loud and clear.
I don't have to respond to her charges because all she needs to do is to look at the RBI bulletin of August 2021, and she will find that all her facts are absolutely wrong. So let me just say very simply that this government inherited in 2014 international oil prices, crude prices were somewhere in the region of $130 a barrel. When it came to power, this government, the crude oil prices had fallen to below $50 a barrel from $130 a barrel. So the previous government had to borrow on the oil bonds that were being mentioned, and that was the reason that the previous government, because it had oil bonds, it was able to give you petrol and diesel at 70 rupees per litre or less. That is called macroeconomic management, which this government, unfortunately, has very poorly managed the macroeconomy, which is the reason why our economy was slowing even before the pandemic.
Okay.
The growth rate over the period of the last
we have very limited time. We have very limited time. I'm sorry, we have very limited time. I want to give a quick turn to Narendra Taneja to respond to that. Narendra Taneja, 2 points that have been made there by Dr. Santosh Mehrotra, larger point of the economy as well, and macroeconomic management. Please respond to that.
No, you see, I heard Dr. Mehrotra very carefully. I mean, you can look at things selectively, or you can look at, facts holistically. It's important to look at the facts holistically. Let's be fair to the government. When the crude oil prices actually were down at one stage down to $0 per barrel. For 13 hours, that was the price. It is the responsibility of the government to regulate price. When did the government increase excise, and what were the circumstances at that time? Because the oil was very, very low, and government being responsible for regulating, they actually increased the excise. But at the same time, let's go by cold facts. As to what happened, that the entire economy, not only the entire world, was very severely hit by COVID. And the government fight, suddenly there were other responsibilities they had to look after. People were out on the street, people needed more help, businesses were crying for help, corporates were crying for help, world over. That was the scenario. Where would the money come from? The government idea initially was not to actually increase excise and keep it at that level. Idea was to bring it down, being a regulator of prices, a regulator of overall situation, since we are a energy deficit country. But then the circumstances were such the government could not reduce excise because there were multiple other responsibilities. Now the point, we can politicize it, look at it selectively, or be fair to it.
All right,
now
all right.
the moment, last line, the moment government found that government could now bring down the excise, the government has done it. To best of my knowledge, it was on the table of the Prime Minister directly the last 3 months, and it was being reviewed every day. The moment they got opportunity, they have reduced it, and I think if they get another opportunity, they might reduce excise even further. Now it's for the states to walk the talk, and they must come before 12 tonight.
Well,
that's
there's only one thing. There is only one thing that perhaps none of us four can disagree about. This is a decision that impacts each and every citizen of India, from the last man standing in line to those who are at the highest levels of power and politics in this country. At the end of the day, this is something that not just has an impact on fuel, it has an impact on the very food that we eat and items that we consume on a day-to-day basis. On that note, I'd like to thank all of you, Sanju Verma, Dhanendra Taneja, Ghanshyam Tiwari, Dr. Santosh Mehrotra. Will we see further reduction in prices? That's something that citizens perhaps are watching out for. Slipping into a quick break. Coming